Shawnee. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a different kind of video, but these are the kinds of videos I think I'm gonna be throwing at you for a little bit. I've been brainstorming some unique video ideas, a little bit more maybe commentary based, just a little bit of different content. And this was a video that I felt was super timely because a few months ago I turned 30, which is crazy because I have been on YouTube making content since I was 17. And this is just a topic I thought would be fun to chat about. Today we're gonna be talking about 20 things that I learned in my 20s. I think we can all agree that your 20s are kind of like the wild, wild west. It's the first decade where you truly can't compare yourself to your peers because everybody is living their own path and living their own life journey. But I feel like this list of 20 things that I learned in my 20s really kind of rounds out the decade. Some of these things I'm sure you've heard before. Some of them might be semi-cliche, but they're true nonetheless. And some of them are just gonna be very random things that I learned myself that I wanted to share with you. Also, towards the end of the video, I'm gonna go through rapid fire style. I actually asked a couple of my friends that are either in their very, very late 20s or just turned 30 if they had anything to contribute to this video. Because while the first 20 things I go through were things out of my own brain, I do feel like with so many people having such different experiences, different life paths, it's always nice to hear what other people also learned in their 20s. The first thing I learned is that everything in life is a phase. Appreciate the good times and live in the moment, and in the bad times, just remember that this too shall pass. Sometimes I feel like we get so wrapped up into what is happening in the here and now, and we either let it affect our future or we let it affect our present mindset. And I do feel like remembering that everything is a phase. So if the phase of life that you're in right now isn't serving you, just remember that this too shall pass. But also, if this phase in life is a really, really happy phase, take your time, soak it in, enjoy it in the here and now. The second thing I learned is that your chosen family, i.e., your friends or the family that you actually choose to be close to, will impact your life more than anything. So make sure that they're good people. In my opinion, blood is not always thicker than water. I know you hear that phrase and you hear people say nobody's gonna be there for you harder than your family. And that is true to an extent. Make sure the people you surround yourself with are good people because it will impact your life. The third thing I learned, wear sunscreen. Self-explanatory. Number 4, find hobbies and passions that you can do solo. Not everything has to be done with other people, like friends or your significant other or in a group. I learned this pretty early on in my 20s that if I wanted to do things that I loved, sometimes I would just have to do them by myself. And something about being able to do things solo and not having to rely on friends or a significant other or your family to do it with you, it's kind of freeing. It's very like the world is your oyster. Number 5, pick an apartment or living situation that has good sunlight. The lack of sunlight in your living space makes the whole place feel sad and will majorly affect your mood. That is something that I have learned the hard way. If you guys have been following my videos pretty regularly, you know that I've complained about the apartment that I'm in currently. It doesn't have sunlight at all. Me and my friends call it the cave. It is sad. You don't realize how much just waking up and having sunlight around you really, really affects you, especially for me because I work from home. I need sunlight. I can't live in a cave. So that is something that I am going to be very, very highly prioritizing in my next living space. Number 6, if you feel worse about yourself after spending time with someone, they are not one of your people. Anybody that you spend time with should make you feel inspired. They should make you feel happier. They should make you feel energized. At least anybody that you're choosing to spend time with. Obviously, we all have those obligatory relationships that we have to keep up, but especially those people that you're spending your free time with, time that you could be doing something else, but you're choosing to spend your time with them. Again, make sure they're good people. Make sure they're people that help you, rejuvenate you, make you feel like the best version of yourself. Number 7. Work hard, but if you make work your entire life and personality, you will likely burn out. That's something that I learned the hard way in my 20s. I definitely found myself burning out mid to late 20s, and I've really had to reel myself in, try to gain some new inspiration. Number 8, start exercising sooner, not for physical health, but for mental health. It makes a big difference. As you guys may or may not know, I did go through a pretty drastic weight loss journey in my 20s. A part of that was incorporating exercise into my daily routine. And I quickly realized that while exercise is great for your physical health, obviously, it is incredible for your mental health. I've noticed on those days that I don't put my body into some type of movement, I just mentally don't feel great. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to go to the gym. Even if it's like a half-mile walk outside or just a quick 10-minute yoga routine in your house, it serves the purpose. It really does put you in such a terrific mental state. Number 9, this one's gonna be a funny one, but I learned this the hard way. Invest in your bed, i.e. your mattress, your sheets, duvet cover, your pillows and your pillowcases, etc. Quality of sleep affects your quality of life, and that is huge. I made my bed the most comfy part of my entire apartment. And I look forward to getting into my bed every single night because I have a nice mattress, my sheets are so luxe, my duvet cover is super puffy, my pillow is like that perfect fluffiness, and I've got the silk pillowcase on it. It's just such a luxurious experience. And if you're getting your 8 hours of sleep every night, remember that is 1/3 of your entire life. And when you get terrific sleep, we all know, your day, your awake time is just so much better. Number 10, do more solo traveling. You will learn so much about your likes and your dislikes and your capabilities. Plus, you will get to do and see exactly what you want without having anyone else to hold you back. In my 20s, I did a handful of solo trips. I definitely want to do more in my 30s as well. In those solo trips, I learned about what I was capable of, because if I had to do stuff, if I had to call an Uber, if I got lost in the city, I just had to figure it out. And I was able to make that experience exactly what I wanted. I got to see exactly what I wanted to see in a timely manner in which I wanted to stick to. It was just so terrific. I highly recommend solo travel. Number 11, you don't have to enjoy the things that everyone else your age seems to. If you'd rather stay in on a Friday night and read a book instead of going out to the club, that's totally okay. This was me. I feel like for the longest time, I tried to keep up with the other people my age who were, going out to clubs or going out to bars or just doing things that a lot of 20-year-olds do. There's literally nothing wrong with it, but I quickly found just no enjoyment in it. But I felt like that's what I had to do. And even, for example, going on first dates, the typical first date is to go out for drinks. But I quickly just realized I'm not a drinker. I just don't enjoy it. So I started voicing that and telling somebody who might ask me out for drinks if they would be okay grabbing a coffee instead. And voicing that, I feel like, has given me so much more of my own power back. Number 12, not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. People come into your life when they're needed, and they'll exit your life when their job here is done. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's one of those tough love type advice items, but I've had to wrap my head around it in the past decade, and it is true. Number 13, another one that might be kind of personal to me, but I'm telling you, if you're not in your 20s or your 30s or whatever age you're at, it doesn't even matter. Number 13, get a bra fitting. Wearing the wrong size bra is the most uncomfortable thing ever. I actually got a bra fitting about a month ago, so this was actually, I guess, in my 30s technically, but you guys, what a game changer. Wearing a bra that actually fits, it's your right size, the straps aren't digging into your shoulders and your band's not riding up the back and your cup isn't too small or too big. It's amazing. Find a local bra shop and go get yourself fitted, because believe me, you're probably wearing the wrong size bra. Number 14, self-explanatory, go to therapy. Number 15, live your life now. Don't wait to do something until you find a significant other or until you lose weight or until something happens in your life. This type of mentality is super common in your 20s, at least it was for me, where I felt like I couldn't live my life or do something I wanted to do until something else happened, until I could fit into that dress, until I had a significant other, until da 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 da. Don't waste time in your life putting conditions on being able to do certain things. Just do them now. Number 16, one that I'm still kind of processing myself. Not everyone is going to like you, but that just helps thin the herd. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've become more and more of a people pleaser, which is so counterintuitive. I feel like a lot of people say the opposite, that they were such people pleasers when they were children, but they've grown out of it as they've gotten older. And for some reason, I've just been the opposite. And I've really been having to reel myself in and realize that it's okay if people don't like me, especially people that don't really know me. It's fine. Number 17, don't overpluck your eyebrows. Just don't. Number 18, people will underestimate you. You can either let that stop you from achieving great things, or you can fight harder to prove them wrong. This was a big lesson I had to learn, especially when I started Rani Cosmetics, which if you guys don't know is my makeup company. So many people doubted me. So many people underestimated me. So many people were basically told me that either I was wasting their time, that I wasn't gonna succeed, that I was a nobody. And while at first those words really hurt, they stung, I just let that motivate me to prove them wrong. Number 19, appreciate the people in your life today. You never know if you're going to have them tomorrow. And finally, number 20, life has a way of working itself out. Even on those days that you think things will never get better and you can't possibly go on, they will, and you will. This is another hard lesson I had to learn, because in my mid to late 20s, I really went through a horrible situation. But at the end of the day, just hold on, ride through it. Like I said, as my first thing that I learned, this is a phase, this too shall pass. So those were the 20 things that I learned in my 20s. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I did go ahead and crowdsource some other little nuggets of advice from my friends. I'm not gonna personally expand on these. I'm just gonna go ahead and just read them word for word what my friends wrote. Firstly, don't be in such a hurry to grow up. Quality over quantity when it comes to everything, but especially relationships. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to put yourself first. This one's great. One of my friends said, romanticize the present more and fantasize about the future less. I think I always dreamt that I would have all of these things by the age of X, that it made me miss out on the present. And I think our culture has instilled the prep for the future mindset in us so much that the present slips out of our fingers, all in preparation for the future, something we may or may not even have. And I love this. She said that she's been romanticizing her life in so many different ways, even down to making a green tea and prepping a bowl of berries in the morning. She said it makes her life so much more enjoyable. In your 20s, get out of your comfort zone, move to a different place and experience new things. Another self-explanatory one, speak up, speak up, speak up. And I'll leave you guys on this final one. There is no timeline in life. There is no timeline that's correct for anyone to follow, and that everything will fall into place. Basically, everyone has their own journeys and path in life. I love that. I think that's a great way to end this. So there we have it. Those are the 20 things that I learned in my 20s, as well as a couple rapid fire ones at the end from some of my amazing friends. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys have any other tidbits of advice that you want to share with the people watching this video, leave them in the comments down below. Anything you might have learned in your 20s or 30s or wherever you learned them. If you think they'll be helpful to share, leave them in the comments below, because I'd love for this to become a full discussion. But other than that, I appreciate you guys being here so much. Thank you for watching, supporting, subscribing, and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. I'll see you then. Bye.